All right. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the Sizzling News podcast, man. Basketball hoops, man. We got a special guest in the building, man. KJ Agnew from Langston Hughes, man. Excited to have him on the show. Great standout player, man. Just drops buckets, great handle, get to the cup, man. So we're excited to have him on, man. We got other basketball news we'll talk about too as well. I think my co-host Arvon Baker's getting ready, so I just want to start us up on time, man. He'll be here in just a moment to join us. So we got a lot of people in the building, but let's bring on KJ, man. KJ, what up?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Appreciate you going on the show, man. How's everything going?
Everything's going good. I'm thankful for y'all having me.
Yes, sir, man. Anytime, bro. So let's talk real quick, man, about this season with Lacey Hughes, man. How's it been so far? I know region tournaments coming up. How's that been?
It's been good. We still been finding ourselves just getting to know all the guys, working hard with the guys, grinding with the guys day by day. So it's a good experience, a good fun experience, and a good journey.
For sure. What do you think it's going to take for you guys to just kind of end up where you guys ultimately want to be at? Obviously at that next tier, and completing and playing high in basketball in the playoffs.
Well, our goal this season is state champion. My bad. Our goal this season is, of course, state championship. So, with that being said, we just got to keep pushing, keep working, keep getting to the lab, keep going to the drawing board, whether it's wins or losses, keep learning from everything.
For sure. And then real quick, KJ, talk a little bit about the game coming up tomorrow night. You play McIntosh, looking to get another big region victory, man. What kind of stands out about that one? What you guys need to do to come out on top?
Well, we just need to play our game, play our physical game, and just play Langston Hughes basketball, get buckets, play defense, play hard on defense. That's our main goal. Get stops and get the win.
Period. What's been your favorite part about this season?
My favorite part about this season has been practice. I can't lie, I love practice because practice is like practice how you play, right? So just getting being in the lab, working hard, just that's my favorite part.
Where's your game? Where has your game grown the most? You think this year?
I think my passing ability, my passing ability and my shot, I think that has grown the most, and just getting in the middle of the defense and just making a good decision.
Got it. How did you work on that this past off season, KJ, to get that passing where you kind of wanted it at, where it's hitting at right now?
Well, just grinding in the gym with some of my coaches. Going through in-game real life situations and practicing on real life, real in-game decision making. So just real
Period.
IRL
Talk about the
type
score
of.
part of your game, man.
The scoring part
My
of
bad.
my
What'd you
game,
say?
I just.
You got cut.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, it's lagging a little bit. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
So the scoring part of my game, I just kind of let the game come to me. Just take open shots and take high percentage shots. That's mainly my goal. I really don't like taking a bad shot or forcing a shot. I just like getting my teammates involved and taking the shots that come to me and knocking them down.
How do you know? I guess how to decipher or discern when that is the case. How do you know when to take a shot or when to like? How do you just get in the ebbs and the flow of the game to know when to pull up or do what you do?
Well, after I see one go in, I'm feeling good usually, and just really holding my follow through and just when the defense shifts around, a lot of the defense shifts. If I catch somebody sleeping or if I can find a window in the defense, then I take that one.
Got you. In terms of the coaching, man, how has that been? Obviously, at Langston Hughes, how have they helped you better prepare as a player that wants to play collegiately at the next level?
Langston Hughes has really pushed me to my max and wants to get the full potential out of me, especially working with Coach Mudd, Coach Wyatt, Coach Dez, just Coach TJ as well, just the whole coaching staff. They just want me to maximize my potential. And I really love that because they just help me day to day, whether it's shooting in the morning, shooting after practice, running extra after practice. Just doing what it takes just to get me to the collegiate level.
For sure. Where do you ultimately want to play, or just how is everything going when it comes to that?
I've been definitely talking to some coaches recently. It just I'm just excited. I definitely want to play at the collegiate level. I have been thinking about the prep. post grad option. So I mean, just just got to keep playing and keep putting my head down, keep working, and everything work out.
If you don't mind sharing just how I'm still kind of, green to it, but what's the post grad route? How does that look? How does that operate, you think? I'm not too sure. That's
Uh,
why I asked.
hey, how you doing, sir?
What's up, brother? How
Uh,
you doing, man?
well, with the post grad route, just since like I didn't have a big 11th grade year campaign. I mean, it just give me a year to more develop myself, get me stronger. I mean, just get me more better prepared for the next level without losing any college eligibility, especially because I was ineligible my the rest of my 11th grade year. Yeah.
Got you. What is there anybody like you like to watch on the collegiate level or pro level that you kind of model your game after?
I like to model my game after Corey Mincy. Yeah, I watch him a lot. Corey Mincy at George Mason. I actually used to play with him and train with him. So I mean, I just model my game after him a lot.
Got you. My last one before I throw it to Bacon. Um, where do you feel like you can help a collegiate program or even pro scale level? Where do you feel like you can help a program out at?
Just bringing energy, leadership, definitely. Defense and shooting, but definitely big on the defensive end and just knocking down those open shots.
100%. Before we get to that 8 and 10 night you had in Noonan, man, that was a lecture. I never forget it. Just talk about just the experience of being able to play in Georgia, just how fortunate y'all are. Like you say, you trade with Corey Mincy. There's a lot of high level ball players that come back that's giving back to the game of basketball. So just talk about that aspect of the game.
Well, I mean, I've been blessed to train with a lot of good people in college right now. I've been blessed to train with Caleb Wilson, Corey Mincy, Simeon Cottle. I mean, just a lot of good players. So I mean, just being around that really just makes you want to elevate your game even more. So I mean, I'm all just about hard work and just getting it done.
So hypothetically, for the viewers, of course, like what do you think your game would be if if you weren't necessarily exposed to those three guys?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, just being exposed to those guys, especially, and then working out with my trainers, like, cause I work out with Swain basketball as well. Just just being around like-minded people, it just really makes your mindset and your game just go to the next level. I can't even lie.
for sure. So you part of the Breakfast Club. You getting up at 4?
Yeah, I'm getting up at 4, 5, 8. Yeah. Breakfast Club is me. It's even at Langston Hughes gym, open gym. We getting up shots. We getting up
Nice.
shots before, after. We gotta work on the form. We gotta work on the shot.
100%, brother. So for a young man that's watching this, what does it take, man? What does it take to be somebody like KJ Agnew, or just what does it take to be high school basketball high level basketball player that has aspirations of playing one day in, you know what I mean, in big time college atmosphere?
Well, I always go by the phrase of hard work beats talent. So I mean, as long as you work hard and you put in the hard work will show. And keeping God first, those two alone, it will show.
100%. Now that's what I'm saying. Let's kind of tell the story a little bit, man. You were at Kip Atlanta prior to Langston Hughes, man. Just talk about that stage of KJ, man. Who were you back then?
Being at Kilp, I mean, that was me coming back for really taking a break from basketball, and it just like they just that was me really getting in the groove of getting back in the gym and just working out and just becoming an everyday guy. So I will say, I mean, I did become an everyday guy at Kilp. And I mean, when I left, I mean, I was still an everyday guy. So I just brought that energy to Langston and just brought that how can I say it, just that that drive to Langston and just the basketball team.
Elaborate on everyday guy. You mean everyday, like everyday playing, or just
Everyday
everyday?
guy, I mean, like no excuses. Get up in the gym, whether you sick, hurt, injured, you still in practice, you still you still engaging with the guys, you always engaging. Even if you're not out there on the court, you still clapping for your teammates, cheering them on. I mean, just being an all-around teammate, being an all-around guy, being somebody that elevates the team and gives energy instead of taking energy away.
100%. Well said, brother. In order to do those things, you gotta love basketball at its purest form. So where did that start for you?
Well, loving basketball started for me at a young age. Just ever since I seen it. Like my favorite point guards are Allen Iverson, Kyrie, Shea, Klay Thompson. Just growing up watching people like that. My granddad introducing me to the game early. It just really gave me a spark for the game.
100%. So you always knew you was gonna be a shooter since you're watching Steph,
Yeah,
Clay.
I was watching Steph and Klay. Yeah.
100%. All right, so we're gonna bring it back kind of current. When you let's see, when you left Kipling, it's obviously a different atmosphere. You know what I mean, from Langston. So when you got to Langston, just I'm saying, it's a little more gritty. It's a little more gritty on you know what I'm saying, lower South Side. So just I'm saying, how did you adapt to that type of environment?
It was a cool adaptation. It was a more easier transition since I went there in 10th grade. So it was a more easier transition. But coming back from getting coached by Coach Rory and then getting coached by Coach Mutt, it was a drastic change, and it was something I had to get used to.
Has there been a difference in like just?
I'll say a good difference. I'll say it's been a difference upward instead of a difference downward. Like it's been a great difference where it's put my mindset in a place where I want to go far.
How about between Coach Rory and Coach Mutt?
Similar?
Different.
It's different. It's different. I will say it's different. I do like Coach Rory Welsh, but I got to give it to Coach Mutt. He's pushing me to the max. He's pushing me to the max. Not saying Coach Rory didn't push me to the max, but in this game you got to live in the present. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm rocking with.
I'm just saying, all right, man. One more question. I'll throw it back to Naj, man. Flash you back to Noonan, man. 8 for 10. You know what I mean? Not Addison, but Andre goes out first quarter early. Hurts his wrist, don't come back. I know, like, man, who gonna coach? Like, I know Coach Mutt, like, who gonna step up? Who gonna make these big shots? And you show up the biggest way, go 8 for 10, and get a big win on the road, man. So just flash me back on that night. Now you've had time to think about it.
Well, I was pretty locked in that night. I can't even lie. Just even before the game, I was just self-centered, involving myself with the team, but also locking in, getting everybody locked in. So leading by example and then leading with tone. The motto is we have to get it by any means possible. So hey, I just did what it took to get the win. That's the best way I can explain it. I just had to do what it took to get the win. My boy went down, and I just had to do it. So hey, we had to come out of Noonan. Hey, and their fans, it was a pretty electric environment. I cannot even lie. I was not expecting that. But we just had to come out there with the win. I know it was kind of like the test. And Noonan they have something good over there. So I'm not gonna downplay them. They're a solid team. They play solid. We came out with the win. We wanted it more that day.
100%.
My question for you, speaking of that electric environment, man. So how does it get down on the south side of Langston Hughes, man? You guys are going to host for the final game. You hosted Noonan, man. So give me a little bit of that south side flavor.
Well, Southside school, it's always gonna be electric because like everybody pays attention to the social media and all that. So it gets fun. Our fans they've been showing up this season. I can't even lie. This is the most I've ever seen any Langston fans show up. So it should be an exciting game. It's gonna be our senior night. So we got to stay locked in for sure. So because we do have a good opponent ahead of us. So more not getting distracted about the emotional part of it since it is our senior night and just locking in on the game.
Well, what have you learned the most from this season?
What I've learned the most from this season is that we win as a team and we lose as a team. So with that being said, no matter what, I'm still with my team, whether it's loss or win, still uplifting, whether it's loss or win. still keep the same regimen, keep the same consistency, or whether it's loss or win, and that's the way to stand consistent. And I feel like that's the way to win it. Because if you feel like somebody's with you regardless, and we're all with each other as a team regardless, I mean, I feel like we can better play for each other.
I think you told me before Bacon came on your favorite part about just everything with just the practices. So walk me through, Langston Hughes practice. What is it like? I know they be pushing you to the max, but what do you enjoy most about the practices?
I enjoy the physicality of the practices. We are not a fan of calling fouls in practice. So I mean, just really, I feel like that's what separates us from a lot of teams, our physicality and how physical we are.
Period. Let me ask you this, KJ. So obviously you talk about some of the point guards you watch. Who do you think is tearing it up right now on the collegiate level that really stands out to you?
I gotta say Corey. Corey Missy. He's been doing it at George Mason. I can't even lie. He's been, yeah. I gotta say Corey. He's on a uproar and a very stock rising season.
What's been your favorite part of your journey? You talked about playing that kid, coming over to Langston Hughes, not being eligible your junior year. It's a lot to go through. Obviously, you want to get on the court. Like, obviously that messes with a little bit of your recruiting. But what's been your favorite part of this journey?
I mean, just it's been a journey. Honestly, it's been a journey. It's been a 360. But just facing adversity, is a lot of people that a lot of is a thing that a lot of people can't do, and I'm just glad I got to get through that adversity and keep playing the game I love.
Period. All right. What do you ultimately want to be remembered for at Langston Hughes?
I ultimately want to be remembered at Langston Hughes for just being me and just being outspoken, being a energetic player, being a hard worker, and just being a example of just a pure student athlete.
Period. I'll throw it back to you, Big.
All right, brother. Before we get back into the question, man, you got some support in the comments, man. Who is this? This is Mark Kip, 8517, Kendra, Agnew, bring motion to the court. Number 5, let's go. Shout out to the brother for tuning in, man. Any words on that comment, brother?
Yeah, that's my stepmama, and I love her. So I mean, she's a big supporter of mine.
For sure. Shout out to Mama Duck, man.
Yeah.
So you talked about physical team. You talked about battling against adversity. Eye test, not that big. Interior. So when people kind of like, man, we kind of bully these guys inside, man. What would you say to that? Just speaking for you and the team.
Speaking for me and the team, I say the eye test. I mean, it is going to be what it is. But when you get on that floor and this live ball, I mean, you'll see how strong and how physical we are. So that's what I will say, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, for people who say that KJ is just a scorer, man, you just want to shoot from 3, man. Even though I know that's different because I've seen you play, I've seen you pull up, I've seen you slide your feet. But what would you say to those people who just say that you're just a scorer?
I say, I mean, you got to come watch me play. I mean, I try to do all the little things. I mean, I really try to do all the little things. Like, I mean, just sliding, just playing solid defense, playing disciplined defense, getting deflection, forcing turnovers. Me, honestly, I feel like my defensive side of my game I love my defensive side of my game more. But I mean, the scoring part comes with it. I mean, hard defense turned it into good offense. I mean, and just scoring at all three levels, like I'm not just a shooter. I mean, I can put it on the floor, I can make good decisions, I can get my bigs involved, I can get my teammates involved. So I mean, just a versatile person and just an all around player.
Now let me ask you this too. The game of basketball has changed. It was a heavy what to say 5 out, a lot of people shooting 3, but we're starting to see defenders kind of come back in style. So my question is, what do you think is a key thing that you had a team and a player has to have in today's game of basketball, and where do you see the game going in the future?
I feel like a key thing to even get on the court in this day and game is you have to play defense and you have to be a good defender. You got to be able to knock down shots. You got to be able to knock down shots. You got to be able to knock down open shots.
Yeah.
And I feel like the mid range is the lost art, but I love the mid range. I love the mid range. I feel like it's the lost art of the game. Hopefully, in the future, the mid range will start coming back. But I do see defenders coming back. I do like that because I am a defender, and it's just like I feel like the game's just gonna keep elevating in the future. I mean, you're gonna keep seeing younger players do more stuff. You're gonna keep seeing breakout players. You're gonna keep seeing older players develop and then come back. Like I mean,
Yeah.
it just it's getting to a point where so many possibilities to get to the next level in this game. I mean, it's gonna be opportunities everywhere. So
100%, man. A lot of people don't talk about your teammate David Whitaker. I feel like y'all have similar play styles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times the guards get a lot of shine on Langston. But what can you say about David?
David, he reminds me a lot of myself. I can't even lie. I be on him hard. We always working. We're always going at it. And I just love his game, man. I can't even lie. He has a couple things to work on, but he's a freshman. He has a little bit of time. So I mean, but his game is explosive, is loud. He can play defense. A lot of people don't look at his defensive side of the game, but he can play defense. And I mean, he's great shot blocker. Listens. He's definitely a good listener on the court. He's definitely a good teammate, always uplifting. I mean, I really have nothing bad to say about him.
Nah, absolutely, you should. Both can play. So, some fun questions, man. I'll throw some out. Now I'll throw some at you, and we'll let you rock. You know what I mean? We'll give you the floor at the end if you have anything to say. So, number one, not too tough. You know what I mean? What's your top 3 shoes that you gotta have? You know what I'm saying, when you're playing?
I really just got back into getting basketball shoes, but my top 3 is the newest Giannis's.
Really?
Yes, the newest Giannis's with the I got the orange pair, but the newest Jaws. What's my third? I gotta say the Jaw twos because I train in those. I like the Jaw twos and the Jaw threes. Yeah, but the Jaw threes are a big favorite of mine. I'm not a big fan of the KD4s. I have some though, but I just feel like they're not comfortable. But I'm a comfort guy, so like I just like a comfortable shoe.
They run a little narrow, don't they?
Or the KD4s, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run a little there. I got a wide foot.
100%. Go ahead, brother.
Are you good? Go ahead.
All right. For the team, for Langston Hughes, the team, man, just who on the team is most likely to have their own reality TV show, and why?
Honestly, I think it'll be Amari Jenkins. Me
Why?
and Amari Jenkins, because I feel like and Chris, me, Amari Jenkins, and Christian Smart. Because I mean, I just feel like we're comedic on the court. Like I mean, it's a hard game. We playing hard, but I mean, you're never too good to laugh. I mean, you can't never be too hard just to get a smile or just laugh a little bit. So I mean,
All right, another one, man. Who's anybody got any weird pregame rituals? You know what I mean? They put salt in their shoes still. Coach, I'm gonna get 2 inches.
I say my pregame ritual. I feel like I probably got the weirdest one because like they be getting on me. The people who make the pregame love them. The people who make the pregame, shout out to them. But I put barbecue sauce on everything they make. Like every pregame, I put barbecue sauce on. So I mean, that's probably the weirdest one, I think.
I had a little phase. I still kind of do it here and there.
Yeah, I put barbecue sauce dang near on everything. So
You can't beat it.
can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Let's see. Pregame snack, brother. Like at the gas station. So I know they made the pregame for y'all.
Yeah, a pregame snack. I probably had like some sour candy or like some chips or some Famous Amos cookies. I like the famous. I do eat the famous Amos cookies before every game. I can't even lie. Yeah, I
Yes,
say
sir.
the famous Amos cookies. Yeah,
Modo than Amos. Yes, sir. I like that.
yeah.
All right. Let's see. What would it mean? What's everything you've been through, bro? You said you lost your eligibility last year. Everything you've been through, man. What would it mean to you to make it to college, man? What would it mean to you, brother?
Honestly, it would honestly mean the world to me. Cause I mean, that's a big goal of mine. I can't even lie. Like that's a huge goal of mine for me and my family. Just for me to make it to college and just after the whole journey, like just to make it to college and then once I get to college, see where I could go from there, whether it's pro or just helping the community. But I mean, just to keep leveling up in life and just do something with my life in this world as a young black man. So I mean,
Absolutely, brother. Like I said, man, the floor is yours. Anything you want to say? Anybody you want to shout out? Cole Allen dropping a 12, but I'm not trying to throw in your hands, but anything you want to say?
I want to shout out everybody who helped me in this journey, all my family. I mean, I love y'all and I thank y'all every day. That's it.
Kid Agnew, K-K71. Keep grinding, keep working hard. It's your time. It's definitely your time, brother. And we appreciate you coming on. And I will see you for senior night, brother. So, man, keep the guys
All right, bet.
For sure, man. Much love, brother.
Much love.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
No problem. Thank y'all for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. There it is, man. KJ Agnew. Appreciate him coming on the show, man, talking about his journey, man. A lot of fun, man. Bacon, I'll throw it to you.
Yes, sir, man. All right. So, man, let's do the IG comments, see if we got anything going. Got some people tuned in. So I was KJ Agnew of Langston Hughes High School 5A basketball last week. If you was with us, we talked 5A basketball. This week we're gonna go in order. We may go out of order after this week, but we're gonna talk top teams in 4A. I'm gonna pull up Kyle Sanders' list. You know what I mean? This is why I pull this up. Just kind of give the people your overview thoughts of 4A basketball, how competitive it is, and just who you like without telling too much.
Yeah, man. 4A is always obviously one of the better ones when you break it down, and obviously all the teams in the region, man. A lot of obviously good programs and basketball teams. Last year we had the Thriller. You know what I'm saying? You had obviously Norfolk Coney in there. Obviously Pace Academy. Those two going head to head, two real big powers. In terms of this year, it looks like it is Norfolk Coney's to lose. 21-2, they got Justin Wise, who's obviously one of the best players, you know what I'm saying, in the state, in the country. So they should be right back up there. Their coach, Rick Rasmussen, is one of the better ones in the state, two-time champion now. St. Pius is having a great year, still, I believe, undefeated, as you guys can see here, man. 24-0 currently is constructed right now. So you got to obviously take that into consideration. Pace Academy having a good year despite not having Bentley Lewiscano. 13-7. I know everybody's gonna look at the 7 losses, but remember they play a national schedule a lot of the time. But yeah, they play a national schedule a lot of the time, so they play some of the tougher competition. One of the surprise teams this year though has been Griffin. Griffin's having an outstanding year. Boys basketball, 19-2. Can't sleep at them. Very deep roster, good team, senior laden. They definitely got a lot of good going for them. Jonesboro, I know they dropped one last night, I think, to North Clayton, I think it was. But Jonesboro, they don't got their weapons like how they had before. Really strong 2028 player, but no more Cortez or John Tavis, who is now off to college at Miami. But obviously some standout players there. And Tucker's been having a really good season as well at 15-6. So, with their guard play, how they conduct it down below, very loaded team, and they'll be interesting. They might be able to make some noise, man. But that top 3 is pretty solid.
Yeah, top 3 is rock solid. To me, I thought the most dangerous team, Southwest DeKalb. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I can see that. Excited to be dangerous for sure.
Yeah, I just think, man, they let me get down to my notes, ladies and gentlemen. Between Jackson Ushereed and Daniel Glanton, I believe, Daniel Glanton. I mean, it's a team that they're gonna be gritty. You know what I mean? They're gonna play a good style of basketball, whether it's getting out in the open. They're gonna play defense. But you know what I mean, when you passing that ball around like they can, I think they gotta. I think they can. They can be entertaining. They're still a young team. Both of those guards are young, but I think they're potentially the most exciting team. Them and Griffin, and maybe and Tucker too. No, not Tucker. Locust Grove. They play some outstanding defense. You're talking about you can't miss a pass. That defense is gonna take them a long way. 21-3 between Southwest DeKalb, Locust Grove, mainly Locust Grove. Don't be surprised if Locust Grove upsets one of those top four. But yeah, anything? Did you touch on Mays too, my friend?
No, I was leaving that one for you.
Well, you know, I mean, Mays, they I haven't seen a lot of Mays. I do know they have they got some scorers out there. They got some shooters. 17-5. Matter of fact, let's pull up their schedule. Kind of give them their just due. Mays rated south side of Atlanta, man. Southwest side of Atlanta. Benjamin E. Mays. Those who don't know, I believe is buried at Morehouse, if I'm not mistaken. It is Black History Month, so we had to throw that fact in there, man. Let's see. All right, Benjamin E. Mays. Standing at 18-5, 11-1 in the region. Tough loss to Westlake, but they beat Padilla, beat Doug, Athletic Bunch. Beat MLK King. King has played well this year. Beat Best Academy. Close loss to Woodward. Lost to Carver. So I mean, the Pace Academy loss. That's what's going to scare me with this team is, and I mean, I see a lot of losses to those teams that you got to beat. Meaning Pace Academy. Good close loss against Woodward, but I know Carver they can hoop. But the Pace Academy losses, or the loss is not. It's not nothing you want to see. Though I know it's about who peaks at the right time. I know KJ talked about they're still trying to piece things together at Langston, just like a lot of other teams in the state and the country. But that's going to be my thing about Mays. Can they play defense? We know they can score the ball, but can you play defense and can you rebound? Tiago Lee, one of the best scorers in the Metro, if not the state. Jackson Parks, averaging 17.5 points per game. Amari Barnes, 48 from the field, 40%. So this is a good team, I'll say. I want to see them in person. I'll probably watch some film on them. But I think this Mays team is solid. But to run through the whole top, run through the top 10 or just top teams. St. Pius, obviously led by Harris Reynolds, Clemson commit 6'6", committed on the 25th of November. Brother's special, man. You know what I mean? Brother can do it all. He's gonna have a LeBron effect, Anthony Edwards effect in high school. Very super athletic, create his own jump shot, get his play, man, get his teammates involved. I mean, find Weston Keppin in the corner wherever he's shooting that ball at 6'3", and he can also pass the ball as well. So I mean, this is a very good team. Damari Elliott is a great rebounder, 600 on his career. So when you're shooting the ball, you can rebound, and they're gonna defend. They're gonna be a tough team to beat. I think close second. You could say North Oconee. I mean, when I watched the film, they're there because of Justin Wise. Just to be frank, I like Gavin Hopkins, number 4, Blake Braco. But this team's going to go as far as Justin Wise is going to take him. He just can turn it on, turn it off when he wants to. But look for Gavin Hopkins to have some big buckets because they're going to make a deep run. But I'm not sure if they're going to win it all. But look for Gavin to make some key defensive plays, probably get to the line and knock down some shots, and look for Blake to burn you from anywhere on the court. So that's my take on North Oconee. Westminster, 17-3. This is a team that's not going to make a lot of turnovers, fundamental basketball. They're going to rebound the basketball. And they'll kill you in transition. Carson Metter, 6'4". He's going to be the guy that fills it up on a stat sheet. Not athletic. but he's very smart. He's got some good footwork, and he knows how to start the break. This team will get after you in transition. And point guard of the team, Nico Cyril, said 6'2", plays in the Florida offense. You know what I mean? Kind of gets everybody involved. I like his game. The brother can play. Now let's go down. Let's look at number 4, Pace Academy. 15-7. Coached by head coach Sharman White, one of the best coaches in the state. Don't know if that'll be enough to get them past the Elite Eight. Like Ben Luceno, I'm not Ben Luceno. I like Brilliant Craft, like Hudson Clay, but I don't think that's gonna be enough for them boys to get it done. To be honest with you, and I think everybody knows again basketball will say the same thing. They just lost a lot when they lost Billy, and I think one more person, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have Billy Luceno. They probably can compete and contend for a state in 4A. But we'll see, though. We'll see. It's all about who gets hot at the right time. Trending down to number 5, Jonesboro, we talked about, coached by Daniel Mahalman. Calvin Goss, 15 points per game, part of that Georgia Star team who went back-to-back with A.J. Williams and many others. Justin Wise, I believe, too, was like Marcus Curry, MJ Curry. But, this team, like Naj said, man, when you lose Cortez Redding, you lose who's really a second point guard on the team, John Tavius Wyman, who's another defender. How can this team respond? Because that team was real deep. And I think if those two would have stayed, I think there could have been another dark horse too, just like I said about Locust Grove. But losing those two guys, somebody got to step into those roles and be contributors, especially for Cortez, who played a lot of minutes. And like I said, he played basketball his whole way up, so he's got a lot of chemistry with those guys. So we'll see if Calvin Goss can keep that team locked in and inspired for a deep run. Also, we can't forget about Frank Jackson, played at Padilla. So Frank Jackson is a player who has high-level basketball experience. Maybe he can be that guy that, keeps the reels on the track as we get into late February, early March. Southwest Academy, we talked about them. I think that's a dangerous team. Locust Grove, I think, is a very dangerous team to keep watch on. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have any more to add to that, that's our take on the 4A basketball. All right. We'll transition. All right, let's see. We're going to transition. We're going to talk about Isaiah Collier and the Wheeler Wildcats. Isaiah Collier, Ace Bailey, and a few of his Utah Jazz teammates were in the building. Those things, Jaren Jackson was in the building, who just got traded from Memphis to Utah. But they retired his jersey and they put on a show. So, Naj, man, you've been to Wheeler multiple times. Just what's your thoughts on the whole ceremony, him coming back home and his jersey retirement?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I think they honored them in a big way. They won like 101-36, so they pretty much devoured North Paulding. Big win. I thought it was pretty cool for them to do his jersey. I think the only other player was Jaylen Brown. They did. Obviously, he was recently there, I think, for MLK Holiday as a speaker. But I thought it was a great moment for the team. Corbin Landry went off. There was dunk sessions. Jerron Salisbury did his thing. And I think Ace Bailey, I don't know if you know, they're teammates now. Remember, they went against each other a lot in high school and things like that, but he was there as well. But I thought a great moment just to honor him, honor an elite player, Hall of Fame, saying high school type player, in my opinion, if there was ever one in Georgia. And I thought they put on the show, and honor him in a big way, man. And Wheeler packed the house, and them boys just went off, man. They're one of the best teams, in the nation. I know they've lost some out-of-state games, out-of-state games, but when you look at that 5, it's going to be hard to see a better 5 in the state. It's going to even rival or come close to competing with them. But I thought they honored them in a big way.
Yeah, man. I think Isaiah Collier is one of those guys, man, who's going to have. I think it's a tall task to say he'll be just as impactful as Jaylen Brown with all he's done, not just on the court but off the court. But I will say this, now I'm not sure if you've seen it, but he had 22 assists the other night, 18 to 22 assists. Wow. So, man, Isaiah, we've known him for a while. Isaiah Collier is a star, and his star just keeps ascending. So, it's going to be interesting to watch how the Jazz continue to ascend. Now, adding Jaren Jackson, seeming to get a little more athletic. It's unfortunate that they can't get Walker Kessler back in the building. But, as Ace Bailey continues to progress I think the Jazz will be competitive. But stay on high school. Stay on high school. We don't want to get off on a tangent. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get to McDonald's All-American rosters. Starting with the East. This is the East. Yes, this is the East, I believe. All right. Naj, I'm gonna start with you, man. Just on the East, because we reside on the eastern side of the United States.
If you can blow it up, let me know.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Yeah, that's better. Yep.
Who did you like?
In terms of the East, man, really like Jackson Richardson, man. Baller, could do a whole bunch of different things, man. Darrell Rippey Jr. just committed to Duke. Explosive, great ball handler, can great, distributor of basketball, man. Can do a whole bunch of different things. Going to be great at Duke next year. You look at Darius Bivens, another stud, man. Outstanding what he can do with the ball. Very good defender, man. Like what his talent. And then Taylor Kinney's my other one. Outstanding player, plays for OTE. Committed to Kansas, man. Special. Just tough to slow down. Can create offense for others and himself. Really caliber talent. But I'd say of all the players, has to be Richardson, Rippey Jr., Taylor Kinney, and obviously Darius Bivens or some that I think. I do think Coben Landry got robbed. But what he's doing this year, 25.5 points, I think he's averaging per game, 6 rebounds or so. The UConn commit. That's one of my big ones, I think, that got left off. But, I think, pretty solid roster, though, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure how he keep getting left off, man. That's interesting. Be a part of Caleb Holt and the game elite, win the Natties for 3SSB, having a stellar year, committed to UConn. It's tough, but yeah, I agree with you. This is a good list. Like Bruce Branch, it's hard to ignore Jackson Richardson. I mean, son of Jason Richardson, Phoenix Suns legend. So yeah, man, this is a very good list. They always do a good job. McDonald's All-American, but they do, like you just brought up, they do leave people off. So let's transition to the West, man. How about your guy, man? Caleb Holt, Caleb Gaskins, Jason Crow, one of the best scorers in basketball, man. Just what was your take on the West side?
Yeah, the West side's really good, man. You look at the front court play, it's different level. Tyron Stokes is obviously on there, what he's going to be able to do. He should be able to ball. Brandon McCoy is another outstanding stud wing player. Real good defender as well. He's going to be able to ball. As you mentioned, Caleb Gaskins is another standout player. Do a whole bunch of different things, man. So, pretty good roster. I say, like, you look at those three right there, the Holt, McCoy, Stokes, you can't go wrong with any one of those three. And you look at the best scorers, like you said, Jason Crow Jr. Pretty solid roster, man. Look like the West will probably have the advantage at the moment.
Yeah, the West has won consecutively now, right? Maybe two, I know the last 2 years in a row, right?
I think so.
Okay. So when y'all let us know, man, I agree with Nod. I think the West has more polarizing names and they'll probably win, but I'm not gonna count out the East. I'm not sure how Caleb Holt is on the West side. That blows my mind. But you know what I mean? We'll see how it goes when the game goes on. All right. Kansas faithful Tyron Stokes, man. So what's your take on just Kansas seems to be a serious contender for Tyron Stokes?
Yeah, man. Kansas is tradition. Kansas is a program that you've seen guys go to the league and excel. I think that would be a great team next year. Probably even better. Probably rival this year's Arizona's team. Just deep all around. We know this year they got Darian Peterson, who's kind of the star of the show. But when you look at them in its totality, that would definitely be a team you look at. Okay, hey, we got to think about them a little bit more. Really good roster. They already got another commit. Taylor, and we know about Taylor Kinney. They got another commit. Then you get Tyron Stokes. Yeah, you got a pretty good roster. And I think in contention for him is Washington, Oregon. I think Kansas is in there and someone else as well for him. Kentucky, there you go. We've seen the struggles Kentucky has. We know Mark Pope's a good coach. It just depends what he wants to do. If I'm him, I'm going to Kansas. I'm going to Allen Fieldhouse. I'm going to go, they make me feel good. and where they want to have me. And I just think every single night he would have a raucous environment and a raucous team that would want him to come play with him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the roster, I'm gonna pull this up here. Let's see. All right, this is what they have right now. But as you guys know, he visited. But like I said, Taylor Kinney they have, and then Javon Bardwell is another one. So like I said, two studs, top rate prospect, Kentucky and Oregon. Since then, he's picked an offer from Vanderbilt and Washington, also entered into the mix. So it just depends on what he wants. If I'm him, I'm going to get coached by Bill Self though. Bill Self is one of the top coaches. You obviously got Calipari, but he's not going to Arkansas. You got Mark Pope. Oregon, what they have going, but I think Kansas would be the move for me.
Yeah, I agree. At first, not to get off the beaten path, but Coach Cal going to Arkansas, maybe it's a good move, but it's got to be tough to recruit them guys from the West to come play with you in Arkansas, man. Kentucky probably was the best place. So with Stokes, is he from Kentucky that area? Stokes is from the Kentucky. No, that was he's from Louisville. Yeah, so he's from the Kentucky area, Kentucky native. It's gonna be interesting to see if Coach Pope can pull it off. It'll be major just for that team to bring in a big blue chip like that. I think that'll kind of see things going to trend where Coach Calipari left it off at. But I agree with you, man. I think Kansas is a shoe in to get this one, man. Just too much on the table. Still got Cole Rosario, likely to come back next year. You know what I mean? They saw the bench after getting a lot of significant playing time early, but I agree with you, Naj. I think Kansas is a shoe in to get the services of Tyron Stokes, but we won't count out Coach Pope in Kentucky. But let me ask you this, man. Before we get into our interview with Woodward Academy, Mount Vernon, who's been your overall favorite player just in Georgia basketball this year?
High school?
High school basketball, yes, sir.
Oh, good question, man. In terms of my favorite player, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to go on the coattails, but I think what Kobe Landry's been doing day in, day out consistently has been fun. I will put him 1A. I'll go AJ Williams 1B. I mean, those tearing it up, 50-point outings. Those have been kind of my favorite ones to watch. Both of them guys is just every night, just leading their team to victory, balling out, making Georgia basketball fun. I think making it, you got to get to Atlanta to see these boys hoop. Bringing that aura, you know what I'm saying, as it is right now to the team. I like that.
I like that, man. Yeah, AJ's been doing his thing at Elka. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to transition, man. We'll get ready to transition to, the number 2 team in Class 3A private, the interview with Mount Vernon. So sit back, enjoy the ride, get your popcorn, get your cold drink, and enjoy the interview. So, you know what I mean? We'll be back. Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the guys is back, man. If you're seeing this now, it's definitely we got on number 2 team 3. I'm bringing my guy as well, Nigel Wilkins, man. So today, brother, we got on the number 2 team in Class 3A private, Mount Vernon. They're doing that thing 20-2. Hottest team, in all of North Atlanta, man. So we ain't gonna take up too much time. If you got anything to say before bringing guys on, the floor is yours.
Not much, man. Appreciate y'all always tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube, man. And blessed to have Mount Vernon on the show, man, and talk about all the great basketball players and obviously all the great coaches, man. So excited to get into this interview.
I'm gonna say first and foremost, we got to bring on the man, one of the men in the eye, but Coach Davonte White, man, legend at UTC. So, brother, we appreciate you coming on. You know what I mean? Sam Brooks, the guard that's doing it all, doing many things, and Gabe Alterman. If you're watching, you definitely know that name, lighting up from downtown. Darrell Dickens as well, doing it all. I think he had 25. He doing it in every category. So, stat sheet stuff for sure. And last but not least, brother Tripp Jackson, How is everybody doing today, gentlemen?
Good. Thank you for having us.
No doubt, Coach. You know what I mean? So this Coach Davonte, man, for hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, sir.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Just want to start with you, coaches. You know what I mean? You had the ability, I think you had the ability to see this team, kind of just give us an overview of just how everything has gone for y'all to this point. Like I said, 20-2, you know what I mean? 12-1 in the region. Just give us the thoughts.
Yeah, I think we've been playing really well this year. We got off to a really hot start. Like a lot of teams, you know, we found that certain part of the season where we were going through some adversity, some injuries, some sickness. But the guys, they started to really rally together. And that's when they seemed to get a little bit tighter as a team. And then we kind of got back on track with the winning. And even as of late, like, we're still battling adversities here and there, just like, you know, every other team in the state. But these guys are showing their resiliency and, you know, finding a win column every single time, it seems like. So I just hope we can kind of keep this momentum going, keep the good.
And what should be your message to the young guys? Like, you know, this is it, man. Y'all 20-2. I got a chance to really do something special. You may or may not have done that your senior year, but just what should be your message to these guys in the last year of high school?
Yeah, man. Coach Reed is always speaking on how do these guys want to leave their legacy at the school. We've been fortunate to be around a lot of winning basketball. We won the state 2 years ago. So a lot of these guys were able to kind of, you know, see what success looked like, and they know what it takes. But we want them to kind of write their own chapter as seniors and as leaders of the team. So that's kind of what we've been pouring into them, you know, speaking on how to lead their legacy the right way, kind of trying to do something that hasn't been done here with this senior class and winning 2 state championships, and kind of, you know, rewriting their legacy book and leaving on a high note.
Absolutely, well said, Coach. So I'm gonna come down to the players. I'm gonna start with you at the bottom, Tripp. You know what I mean? You're at the bottom, so I gotta bring you to the family atmosphere, brother. So for you, Tripp, being a senior, hearing what Coach White has said, you know what I mean, obviously listening to Coach Duncan, you know what I mean, in the locker room, in the huddle, you know what I mean, being a senior, man, just what's your mentality trying to get it done this year?
Mentality, I feel like nobody on the team wants anything less than state, and I feel like we all come to the gym every day, give it our all, and it's a good product to see on the court when, like, it's fun on the court when you can see the results of the work you put in showing up on the court. And I feel like we as a brotherhood, like as a team, we all see that. Like, guys are playing unselfishly, like nobody cares who gets the credit. Our coach is always big on saying that nobody cares who gets the credit. And, you know, we're in the gym. I feel like everybody on the team loves to play with each other. I feel like we all love each other outside and off the court, just in life in general. And I feel like that translates to being on the court.
And like, but if you don't play basketball at the next level, you got to commentate the English, dog. You spoke that like a leader, man. So second question for you is, who is the leader on this team?
I feel like us four as seniors, but I feel like we have a lot of player-led leadership. Like, I say Darrell with his play, and Gabe. Gabe is the vocal leader on the court as our point guard, and then I say Darrell with his play, and then we got guys off the court that just, I think everybody respects each other in the locker room. So, like, whenever anybody has something to say, like, everybody stops and listens. Like, it doesn't matter who it's coming from. So we all kind of lead each other.
100%. All right, for sure. So I'm gonna come to you, Sam, as we're chopping it up. Just what's your mentality during this senior season?
I think my main mentality is really the importance of one and trying to focus on everything as like an individual like activity. Like Coach talks about it a lot, like focusing on each game as its individual like season. We're trying to not really focus and carry things over from one game to another because it might not really work. So just trying to adjust yourself to every game like it's its own thing and just focus on everything with equal importance.
100%. One thing at a time. Sam, this will be your focus this season for during the senior season for you.
I think my main focus has been putting everything I can into the team. Like even when we're not at practice or it's not during a game, just like trying to give as much focus as possible and like my energy and everything to the game.
Well said. Come to you, Darrell. Switch up the pace. Obviously, all of y'all are seniors. I know y'all are trying to get to the collegiate level. You know what I mean? To make take take your careers to the next step. Do you feel like it's tougher now being senior with all four of y'all, with scouts coming in, they, maybe looking in a lot of different places? Just how does it feel with a 4 senior class? How do you feel about that? Or how has it been?
Our main focus is we're not really worried about that, right? Because we know it's gonna come if we win games. So our main focus is winning games. Because once we get to Macon, once we get up to North Georgia Final Four, making a championship, no matter what, if we win, everything that we want gonna come our way. So we're really just focused on building that bonds, and nothing could break us if we get that dub at the end of the day, and our season's on the win.
I'm gonna come back to you, Coach White, and I'm gonna throw it to Naj. Does any one of these 3 players or 4 players, who reminds you of you, or do you see yourself in all 4?
I mean, I can kind of resonate with all of them. But I guess I would say with Gabe the most. I was a point guard myself, so naturally, we have different interactions during the game. He's speaking to me often on, what reads, what you see here, coach, what can we run? But with all that being said, like I said, all of these guys are really big competitors, and that's something that I pride myself on as well. And they really care about the team. So, I can see myself in all of them. All of them are hard workers. So I would say all 4.
One more notch. I'm throwing to you. I was talking with a coach yesterday, and he was like, "Man, they're having a good season." And he's like, "You know what, man? I can't wait. I'm not looking forward to when the season ends, whether it's the last game championship or first round, because they have so much fun. Like you just said, the kids, they all get along, they all working hard." So do you feel that same energy?
Yeah, definitely. Even more so after yesterday. Yesterday was our senior night, man. It was sad. It was, it was great to celebrate those guys, but also, you kind of start to see the end a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So you start to see, it's like, oh man, this is our last home game, right? This is the last time we'll do X, Y, and Z in this gym. So like you said, we'll definitely miss this group. And definitely want to kind of soak up every moment that we can with this class, because like you said, once it's done, that'll be the last time they put on that jersey. So it's a little bittersweet, but just hoping that we can get the result we want at the end, so we can remember it in a good light.
Understand.
And then for you, Coach White, just what's your message to your team? 3 games left, but like you said, all on the road right before the journey starts. So what's kind of been the message you've been kind of disseminating to them?
Yeah, the message now has been the message the same from the preseason. Taking one day at a time. So tomorrow we got practice. We're not even worried about our Friday game, which is at Galloway. We respect the opponent, and we'll be prepared when we get there. But up until then, we're just worried about us. So tomorrow, let's just having a good practice, having a good day at school, doing everything that we can control. And then Friday, when we get on that bus, try to change our focus towards Galloway. So not looking too far ahead. I know we only have 3 games left in the regular season, but we just want to take it one step at a time so we won't trip over our feet.
And then, Coach, I want to ask you, what have you seen in terms of growth of the team compared to when you guys kind of first started, compared to where you guys are now? Where you guys taking maybe that leap forward? It could be a couple of areas. Where have you seen growth?
A lot of what they mentioned earlier is as their bond, and I think also we've grown a lot defensively. And we're starting to grow more. At this time of the year, you want your team to be peaking offensively. You don't want to peak too early. And I thought early in the season, our defense was our calling card. Now this part of the season, our offense is starting to catch up. That's exactly how we, if we could script it anyway, that's how we would want it. So just trying to play our best basketball this time of the year and just ride the momentum into the state playoffs and make a deep run.
And then I want to ask you, speaking of making that deep run, Coach, you guys challenge yourselves early in the season, right? You're playing the Shambleys, Berkmar, which is a perennial 6'8", kind of power. Talk about how that made you guys better, challenging yourselves so early in the season and now region slate.
Yeah, Coach Duggan did a great job of putting our schedule together. Like you mentioned, we played against a lot of higher classification schools, a lot of teams that were spoke about in a highlight. Which had great players and great programs, and we wanted to be challenged to, be one of those programs as well. And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we did our part as far as just taking it one game at a time. We had a lot of close games, which I hope they would kind of will be able to learn and lean on to those victories when we get in the playoffs and we have some, in those situations where we need to pull out a tough game. So I hope that we can kind of lean on each other and lean on that tough scheduling early to kind of help us out late.
For sure. And then, Coach, I want to ask you just, well, what are you kind of responsible for? I feel every assistant coach is responsible for something, whether it's offense or defense or running different schemes and systems. Like, what's kind of your calling card? What you're responsible for?
We kind of do about collective. I do a lot of the sub patterns. I help out with the offense as well. Kind of a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and I also help out with the guards often. But like I said, we kind of do it by committee. Coach Duncan does a good job of having us kind of. One day I'll come in, I'll be with the bigs. One day I'll come in and be with the wings. So we kind of dibble and dabble all across. So the guys don't hear the same voice over and over. But yeah, I guess you could say I'm also coach's. I'm in his ear the most about everything, man. He probably gets more calls from me than anything. But I'm just kind of like the fill-in guy, man. Whatever we kind of need, I'll do that. If I need to get the jerseys together, I'll do that as well. Whatever we take, whatever it takes to win the game, that's what I'm for.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I thought to the players. I want to talk to Darrell a little bit, man. So Darrell, obviously senior season. I know all you guys are, obviously combined together. You're leaders of this group. So, kind of you guys been together for a little while. When did you know this team could potentially be good? I know it's still a ways to go, but what was it, a game or was it a scrimmage? Was it trials? Like, when did you know, okay, this unit that we got could potentially be special?
If I'm being honest, it wasn't even a game. It was really a practice that I really knew like we had something special. So we had a tough loss in the fall league, and we had a week or 2 week stretch where we were just running, conditioning, just trying to just get to our peak performance so we could get ready for the season. And just like the stuff we were doing, like I couldn't even tell you like how hard it was, but like nobody on the team quit. Like everybody finished. Everybody got through it no matter what. And like when somebody was falling behind, everybody went back, picked that person up, and got them to the end. So that's when I really knew like we got something special here.
For sure. And then Coach talked about the schedule earlier. I know you guys had a couple losses, but those losses you guys took earlier, in the year, how do you feel like that's made you guys better, in preparation for this region tournament and obviously the run you want to ultimately make?
Yeah, something Coach Reed harps on is like, you want to learn a lot, but like he likes to win. So we want to learn from wins, but like you can't always, you kind of like look past it, you win the game, you're like, all right, whatever. This Colossus kind of was like an eye opener. You kind of let us know what we needed to work on, so we could be ready for like the big games once it starts to count, like region and state tournament.
For sure. Notice to Sam, I know Bacon actually come early, but how do you best complement this team? What are you responsible for? How do you fit into kind of your role, Sam?
I think I'm a big energy guy. I love giving guys praise all the time off the bench because I feel like a big battle that happens on the court is within the mind. And I feel like a way a teammate can really help out is just by giving them as much love as possible during the game and during that battle.
So you be more hyped for your teammates when they do a play than probably even yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Where does that kind of come from? Not everybody has that, especially, obviously in this day and age, but where does it kind of come from for you, Sam?
I don't know. I think it just comes from this team being so together. And I feel like us really being a family, it's just like everyone's always looking out for each other and we always got each other's backs. So I just feel like that's like a duty I can really serve for my family.
For sure. A question for all three of y'all. What's been maybe your favorite game or favorite trip or just all together? I know you guys been together since fall league, man, but give me your favorite moment if y'all had to say. I know it's still early, but just so far this year.
I'll start first. We went up to, where was that trip? The mountains? Yeah, we went up to the mountains. I feel like that was real fun. Everybody got connected. And we were still working. We were still doing sprints up the hill, lunges up the hill. We got to get that working no matter what. So we were still doing that. But just like, having fun, laughing, playing 2K, Madden with each other, just staying up all night, just stuff like that with the team, just it builds bonds that are going to last forever, especially because, you're going to be in the fire with these people, in the next coming month. So it's like, it's just real love around us.
100%. Coach, I got to ask you, man, what is for the people who don't know, for the green people, you know what I mean, what's the benefit of running uphill instead of just running on flat land? Almost a savant like yourself.
Oh man, a lot of it is, man, they told us to do this when we were young. So we're like, hey man, y'all gonna get on these hills and run these hills, right? But a lot of it is also the incline. It'll help you with your legs, it'll build strength. And then like Darrell said, man, we were pushing those guys to a point where exhaustion sometimes, right? So, just more of what Sam mentioned, like the mental battle, right? Just kind of pushing them to see what their limits are. And then when you get to that point, try to push through that wall, because that's how, some of these games will be. Like, we'll be in a dog fight with some of these games, right? Mentally, we might not get a call, but, you got to go against that adversity and just keep pushing through that. So a lot of the hills and the wind sprint is like, it's as simple as, you just running. But when you get a little tired, you meet that adversity, all the hard work and the mentality stuff kind of comes into play. So that's the point of it.
Again, well said. When y'all break down this team, it's a lot of during today's basketball world, it's a lot of 5 out. I feel like y'all kind of run a similar system. They were like big man that y'all added this offseason from
Noah Brady.
Yeah, Noah Brady. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's more of a back to a versatile. I'm gonna face up a little back to the basket. But I mean, just break down kind of for the people, man, what type of team y'all are 5 out. I mean, just schematically. I mean, without telling too much, I know.
Right, yeah, can't give you the whole recipe, right?
Yeah.
But we are a 5 out playing team. We like to play our free flowing basketball. Like you mentioned, Noah is a guy that can get the rebound and push the break, and kind of get us going a little bit earlier. He has that ability to do so, and it unlocks us a little bit differently. We like to spread the ball. We often get compliments from opposing coaches about our ball movement and our connectedness defensively. Like I mentioned earlier, man, we put our calling card on our defense, and we know that we won't win a championship without playing defense the right way, connected. And then fellas, you help me out here. What does Coach always say? No rings?
No rebounds, no rings.
No rebounds, no rings, man. So boy man gets paid, man. So we always kind of harp on, rebounding the ball, defending, rebounding, and running. And we feel like we can kind of find a way to execute that game by game. We always have a good chance.
I'm going to come back to you, Tripp, because I don't think we touched on you and what your role was on the team. If I asked you twice, forgive me, brother, but go ahead and talk again about what you do for this team, man.
I think me specifically, my role, I know my role is to get as many rebounds as I can. That's kind of mentality I go on the game with, to get as many rebounds as I can, provide energy when I get on the floor, and also like defend, like got to make sure nobody beats me off the dribble. Can't allow anybody to score. It's just like a pride thing. I think we all take pride in defense, but I know me especially, I hate the thought of somebody scoring on me. So I think that's mostly my role, the rebounds, the nitty gritty, pick and rolls. I may get a steal every now and then. I like to get, my layups. I like my dunks. I like hanging on the rim and all that stuff, all that good stuff. And I get a few blocks here and there. I like blocking shots. All the stuff that like get crowd reactions. I love that. I love crowd pops. So that's what I try and do.
I like that, brother. You know what I mean? The defense is on its way back, as we see with the Thunder and everybody across college and across the board in the NBA. But fellas, for y'all again, man. I've been holding down the number 2 spot for like all season, man. It just for whatever reason. I ain't got no more spot in some rankings. So just what's y'all thoughts on that? I know y'all focused on y'all, but y'all have any thoughts on
that?
Okay, go ahead, got it there.
Yeah, I'll go. We're not really too much worried about the rankings, because like you could be number 1 in the preseason, number 1 right now, but all that matters is who's number 1 when there's no more games to be played left. That's all that matters.
Anybody else, or is that the consensus answer for the group?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's it. That's it.
That's the gospel right there. That's the gospel.
100%. Great group think. Nah, for sure. So y'all guys, I'm read off some of your assistant coach accolades, man. We're gonna stick to high school so this way yet.
Oh, make sure. Hold on, wait, because earlier you kind of got me, man. I think you speaking on Dalvin.
Dalvin's at UCC.
Yeah, I played at Georgia State.
Okay,
He
Georgia
played
State.
at he played at UTC, but that's my younger brother. But you can give him his flowers. I just wanted to make sure you knew, man, because you said it earlier. I'm like, UTC, man. I hope ain't nobody from state watching. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you can read him off, man. Give him his flowers for sure.
For sure. So, you know what I mean? Coach Davin White, good call, Coach. Graduated from Norcross High School, you know what I mean? Helped Norcross to 28-4 record, you know what I mean? Averaged 10 points, 5.4 assists, second in Gwinnett County, 2.8 rebounds, 1.4 steals, and he captured an honorable mention as a junior. But, you know what I mean? 28-4 was his record, and he was a state runner-up, man. Y'all feel like y'all can outdo Coach this year as a team and possibly personally averaging 10 points for anyone, not all at once.
Right.
I think as a team, I think the confidence in us says we can outdo as a team, most definitely. I'm not gonna really speak on the personal because I don't want to get into that. I gotta do more research on that first, but I think as a team, most definitely.
All right, for sure, man. So I throw in one fun one, and I throw it back to Naj, man. So anybody on the team, actually, let's just stick to the four teams right now. And all four of y'all, three right now, but obviously four, who would be the most person to likely have their own reality TV show?
Yo. You know who it is, Tripp. No smile. No smile. You know it. You know it's you, bro.
Yeah, it's gotta be Tripp.
Gotta be.
You like that, Tripp? You
Wait. I didn't hear what he said. The last part cut out. I can hear y'all too, but I can't hear him.
Oh, out of us four, like the seniors. Okay, all right. This is the question he asked. Out of us four, who would be the most likely to have their own reality TV show about them?
I cannot hear him.
Me?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yo.
Good timing, Chip. Good timing, son.
No, I can't hear. I can't.
He's a cat. Oh, he's a cat.
Just go out and come back in, fam. You agree though, Coach? You think Tripp is
man. Tripp is the most interesting guy on this team, man. I definitely think, like they said, he would. I don't know. I might would have voted for Sam Brooks, man, but I get Tripp. I understand why they said Sam, man. I mean, I get why they said Tripp. So, but that's funny, man. That's funny.
All right, man. So on your behalf, Tripp, they said you'd be the person most likely to have or to be a star in reality TV. So what would you say to that, brother?
I'm not sure. I mean, I can see myself being on TV, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. It's one of those things where we'll see if it happens one day. We'll see.
Very modest. All right, go ahead, Naj.
Okay, my question for y'all is like, what do y'all like to do, off the court? Just something just to ease y'all minds, man. Like, what's your hobby? What y'all like to do to kind of just improve a little bit? I got school, basketball, it can be a lot.
What you guys saying?
I like playing chess a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, playing chess. I like playing against my friends a lot. Just like joking around while we do it. That's a lot of fun. And then going to get food with the team is always a lot of fun because I feel like sometimes on the court, like tensions can kind of rise a bit, but when we go out and eat and stuff, kind of like cool things down. It's chill. It's fun.
Just what you like to do off the court, man? Just your hobbies, just to be able to kind of reprieve a little bit.
Off the court, I don't really get too much off the court time. Basketball really take up a lot. But like whenever I can, like if we don't have games, I like to go fishing a lot. Yeah, I feel like fishing. It kind of like just cools your mind. Puts you at peace. Everything going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, go.
Whoa. He probably can't hear us, man. He jumped right off.
There we got Tripp back. You hear his Tripp?
I can hear y'all now. There we go.
All right. I was gonna ask this: what would you like to do off the court, man? Just kind of ease your mind a little bit, man. Take your mind off school, sometimes even basketball, just to be able to kind of reset.
Oh, me, I'm in the aviation, so I'm trying to get my private pilot's license. So that's what I do when I'm off the court. I'll go down to the airport by Hampton Field, and I have an instructor that I know, and like if I have free time, then we'll get in the plane, and if not, then I like come home, get on the sim, stuff like that. I feel like Darrell said with fishing, I feel like flying is just at peace. It's like you looking down at the world, like you at the top. You feel like you're at the top of the world. So that's what I like to do.
If you don't mind me asking, where did your kind of love for it come from, or when did it start?
Probably when I was like 2 or 3, if I'm being honest, since I can remember, because we used to travel a lot when I was younger. So that's definitely where it starts. Like the first time I was on a plane, I remember I used to look out the window and I see all the stuff below me, and I was like, everybody looked like ants. So, right.
Okay, that's dope, man. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. Can you hear us, Gabe?
Yeah, I can hear y'all now.
Perfect.
Hopefully it keeps working.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, real quick, Gabe. Just what do you like to do off the court, man, to kind of just reset, man? What's some of your hobbies?
I mean, I try and keep a good balance between basketball and like off the court. I hang out a lot with friends, just like hanging out. I like kicking it with friends. And then like my main hobby outside of basketball is probably golf. I like to play golf. I grew up in like a big golf family. My dad and my grandpa. Even though they love hoops, they love to golf too. So I've grown up golfing a bunch.
What's your best score? Oh no. What's your best score?
Yeah, I lost y'all again. I can't hear y'all. Wait, I can hear Tripp though. I can hear Tripp.
Oh,
Tripp, repeat it for us, man.
Wait, I can hear you now, Susan. Hold on.
they asked
What's
what's
your
your best
best
score. They said, "What's your best score?"
Oh, my best score? I shot a 78 once. 78 is my best score.
That's legit.
I've broken 80 2 or 3 times now, but 78 is my best.
Not bad. I'll ask real quick, Tripp, if you hear it, just repeat it for me. Just what do you kind of bring to the team, Gabe? What are you kind of responsible for?
Tripp, you gotta repeat it. I can't hear.
I can't hear you now, but he said, "What do you bring to the team? What are you like responsible for? What are your responsibilities?"
For basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest responsibility is just to be like the leader. I think being a point guard and being my senior year and being in the program for 4 years, I just feel like my biggest role is leadership, and I feel like that's the best thing I can bring to the table for these guys, as well as just getting them going in games. Like that's kind of my job as the point guard, to get my guys going, and then it's my turn after. So I think the best thing I bring is definitely my leadership and just my ability to get others going on the team.
Question back to Coach White. Just what's your calling card? When I say that, I mean let's say your team is down. Let's say like it's a tough stretch of the game, 10-2 run or something. How do you get these guys back? What do you say to them to kind of get them back in where they can kind of refocus?
You said if a team goes on a run, kind of like how do we settle them in, so to speak?
Yes, sir.
It honestly it's a game by game case, man. Sometimes we call a timeout and look at them like, yo, come on, like get out of your head, right? And then sometimes we call it a timeout and we grill them, right? It just kind of depends on the environment, the team. You coach guys differently. Like everybody doesn't get the same type of coaching. So I can yell at Darrell a little bit more than I maybe can yell at the next guy. But as a team, we like to kind of like bring them in and assess what's going on, and then kind of let's find a solution right away. Whether that being picking up the tempo, slowing down the tempo, throwing the ball inside a little bit more to get to get a presence in the paint. It just kind of depends on the flow of the game. But coach is quick to call a timeout and kind of like settle us. Just to kind of like get more control of the game and get the guys settled into the game in case. If there was a situation where we get hit first.
Got it, Coach. And then obviously you've been coaching this thing for a while. So when you've coached great teams and you've been able to see teams be able to thrive, what's that calling card you would say, Coach? What is the thing you see the most out of teams that are ultimately successful, on these levels?
A lot of it is like how connected they are. So we're always preaching, like, guys, it's big on you guys. It's big for you guys to hang out outside the court. It's big for you guys to kind of, build those bonds. Because when you like the guy you playing with, you tend to play a little bit harder, right? You can talk to them and they won't take it offense to, what you're saying, because they know that you guys are, you mean well. by them. So, we just kind of pour into, trying to tell those guys to have relationships outside of basketball, because that just kind of it shows on the court when you playing with someone.
And so, for you, Coach, when you obviously talk about being a successful team, but let's say like you kind of, I know you said case by case, obviously differs, but let's say you're in a rut, 2-game losing streak, and you're just trying to find answers, Coach. Ultimately, just what are some things you kind of lean on? I know you say like when you talk to Darrell, you'll coach him different than maybe you coach the next guy, but as a collective unit, that team that's very bonded together, how do you tell them how to get them to snap out of it?
Our practices would turn into a preseason style. We would kind of like go back to the drawing board. Because a lot of times when teams are kind of going through the brutal part of it, or if they're just in a rut, like you said, it's probably some slippage somewhere. So we just kind of like go back to the drawing board, make practices tough, and kind of like just put our hard hat back on and say, hey man, we're gonna do what we know can work, because we know what got us here. Coach prides itself on having difficult practices often, and I think that's why we've had a lot of success this year. Because when it gets to the game, not to say it's easy, but our practices are very, very hard on purpose. So, like I said, if we do find ourselves in a 2-game skid, knock on wood, we're just gonna kind of go back to the drawing board and kind of get us to what got us there.
Yeah, is there a coaching change?
Yeah, it'll say the same. It'll be a little bit more turned up because at this time of the year, one game and you're done, right? In a couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll be more intentional on everything that we do. But at the same time, we're gonna do what we know, and that's just taking it one day at a time. We don't want to put no pressure on the guys to, feel like we got to make every single play. We can't make any mistakes because they're gonna make mistakes. Basketball comes with that. So just keeping the environment like loose and free for those guys where they can kind of thrive and lean on each other and have some success.
Absolutely. Last two fellas, for you, Gabe. Hopefully you can hear me, brother. I feel like out of everybody that's on this call, man, I feel like you kind of resemble Coach Duncan. So how was you and Coach Reed's relationship?
Me and Coach Reed are super close. My first year at Mount Vernon was my freshman year, and it was his second year as an assistant. So we kind of both really like grew together. Like he grew as an assistant coach, and I was growing as a player, as a young player. And then ultimately, when he became the head coach, and it was my junior year, our bond became even closer. Just we had talked a lot. I kind of got his back on the court. He got my back off the court. And we kind of just have built a relationship over the years that's super strong. And that's my guy. So we'll always be close. And we know we've been in a lot of tough games together. We've seen a lot together. So I know I got his back. He knows I got his back. So it's just a mutual good relationship.
I'm all good, family. And last thing, we're in the side with the band, man. Any weird pre-game or post-game rituals that y'all have as seniors, or just individual person?
I'm trying to think.
I don't think it's nothing weird.
I got one. Every time we pray before and after the games, whoever has the winning streak keeps going until we lose. So luckily, we've only had to change it twice so far, and we're hoping to keep. It's Quint right now. Quint's doing all the prayers, so we're hoping he keeps doing the prayers until the season's over.
100%. Blessed and highly favored. Shout out to Quint, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Did y'all enjoy the experience, man? How'd y'all feel about the call, man?
It was good.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear y'all half the time, so I'm sorry. But
yeah, but it was good though.
We got
it's
something.
all good, man. This went from like a 10-minute editing session to probably an hour, man. But
yeah,
for the love of the game of basketball. So, fellas, Coach White, Brother Dickens, Sam, Tripp, and Gabe, and I think one more, right?
Darrell.
That's it. And Darrell, my bad, Darrell. Appreciate y'all for coming on, man. And hopefully we'll see y'all in motion. If not during the regular season, definitely in the postseason. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. We'll see y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much love, man.
Yeah.
All right, Naj, man. You know what I mean? That's not Vernon, the number 2 team in Class A private. What was your thoughts, brother?
Seemed like a well-connected team. They bought in, not just about themselves. It's like they're a very connected bunch, and then they believe in the coaching. Obviously, we didn't get to talk to the head coach or the other assistant coach, but it seems like they don't play, and it seems like they're real in tune with what they got going on. And to me, it just feels like it's a team that has the aspiration of winning it all. And I think they challenged themselves early on in the season. They've learned from it, and I think they like I said, everybody has defined roles. You talk to Tripp, and I got to rebound in basketball. Sam was like, hey, I got to make sure, I'm the hype guy. I bring the energy. I'm a big energy guy. You talk to Gabe. Gabe is the point guard, the leader, kind of, orchestrating the offense. Darrell's doing a little bit of everything. So I think everybody has very defined roles, and when you have that and they stick to the roles, man, it leads to winning, and that's why they have 20 wins so far.
Absolutely. One spot behind Holy Innocents for those keep up with the rankings. Biggest thing for me, everything you said, but rebounding, I came up with the saying they have. I thought it was pretty fire. But rebounding, essentially, it reaps benefits, reaps rewards, and ultimately wins championships, which I agree. Defensive rebounding goes a long way in the game of basketball. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pre-recorded episode. If you only knew how long it took me to edit this. Back to the regular scheduled program. We'll probably get ready to go into college basketball. So enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen. And while you're here, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. And we see the guys out. Throw up the deuce, just as the news. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me get my game back tight. Actually, this is fine. But I hope y'all enjoyed that. We interviewed Mount Vernon. Like I said, number 2 team, Class 3A private, coached by Reed Dungan. He saw the team, and he saw the 4 teams, really dedicated, really locked in on this year's mission, this year's journey. Only sitting number 2 behind Holy Innocents. Do they have Caleb Wilson from last year? No, they don't. But they are very talented. It's going to be interesting to see what happens come March. And I think they're still playing in Macon Coliseum. But that's neither here nor there. But before we move on, I want to touch on one team in forward that we didn't get to dive as deeply into. The name of that team is Griffin Bears. I want to add that to the team, or the list of teams that I said who would be dangerous. Number 1, I said Locust Grove. Number 2, Southwest Cab. Number 3 is going to be Griffin. Now, look at this team. They're very athletic. They got a lot of guys, a lot of guards, forwards who can get their own or create their own shot. They're going to play defense, very athletic. Like I said, they can shoot the ball. They can rebound. When you do all those things and defend, rebound, you're going to go far. Bubba Sullivan, number 2. Damari Bailey, number 3. Now, if you're talking to a source, you know who you are, brother. He told me they got a lot of dogs on this team. And I've seen his clips. on the socials on IG. And I've been watching Griffin from afar, so I had to come back and give them guys that just due respect. In fact, let me pull up their record, and pull up some stats if they got it. One second, y'all. All right. No? All right. They are 22 22. This is a different region. I believe they've beaten Jonesboro, I think, twice at home. So they got Jonesboro at home. That's right for senior night tomorrow. Lost to Jonesboro at Jonesboro by 2. That's tough. But everybody else, they beat East Coweta. They beat Chapel Hill, who's a very good team. Let's see, Sprayberry solid. Lost to them in a tournament. Not a tournament, but a holiday event, Christmas event. Let's look at the stats real quick, and we'll go to women's basketball. Averaging 16. Okay, see, outside of that, eight is respectable. 8 is respectable. I'm not gonna say anything about the third man averaging 8 points. It's not bad. These are inflated. So now we don't know what we can trust, honestly. But 17, 16, and 8 are probably true to size, for lack of better words. But like I said, Griffin is a team that you want to watch in 4A for sure. So appreciate you, brother. I know you are for tuning in. I want to put you out there to tell. I want to reveal my sources. Rule number 1 of being a media member: do not reveal your sources. So, like I said, we'll move on to women's college basketball, and we'll talk Tennessee versus UConn. Man, been a big fan of Tennessee since Coach Kim Caldwell stepped to the head of the team. We all know about Coach G. At UConn, but I mean, that UConn buzzsaw, people just can't figure it out. I just think right now, just UConn is way more skilled. I'm not gonna say way more skilled. I just know Kim Caldwell's philosophy. They like to get up and down, to play fast, and they like to shoot a lot of threes. So I glanced at the team stats, and it wasn't favorable for them in the shooting percentage category. Let me pull up the game. Bear with me. Everybody who's still tuned in, we appreciate you, man. We hope that you enjoyed this jam-packed show. If you missed it earlier, we had KJ Agnew of Langston Hughes. We dove into his story about how, his journey. And second, as you just seen, if you're just now joining us, we had on Mount Vernon. We got to talk to, the team, kind of get a deep dive perspective, talking to their 4 seniors. So let me pull up these. I'm on the men's. Yeah, I'm on the men's. Wait a minute. All right, here we go. Tennessee. They say the best things in life are worth the wait. 96-66. Here we go. Team stats. Let's go. There's really no need looking at the box score. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and analyze the game. 38% field goal, 10 for 31, 32% from 3. Not bad. If you're gonna shoot 32% from beyond the arc, obviously the average line has crept up from 33%, what used to be the average. But like you see UConn shoot 50%. Free throws, 8 for 12 is not gonna get it done. But when you lose by 30, it doesn't really make a difference. So let's see. They definitely lost in the blocks category. 20 turnovers. That's a problem. That's not a standard for Kim Caldwell. They're a team that thrives in transition. So, like I said, I would love to kind of look at the film that she has to the right if you can see it. So let's tune in. I don't want to expand it because it might get copyrighted. Big shot from the corner. But, we got Sarah Strong in company. To me, Sarah Strong is second best player. I like the young lady from Iowa State. She just down there turning hips. But let's stay on UConn and the stats. Largest lead, 32. They lost in the foul category. Points in the paint. Yeah, Tennessee plays a slender game. Like I said, they're more aerodynamic. But let's see, points 14-16. Let's see, Sarah Strong 26. Saria Williams had 12. Eslin Shade, she had 10. Azzy Fudd, another monster on this team, 27, 11 for 17, 5 for 8 from downtown, 7 rebounds, 2 steals or 4 steals, 1 block. So man, it just pretty much outclassed these girls. But when you're playing on the road, first time playing in UConn, it may not go your way, but I don't think that's anything to take away from the 15th ranked Lady Volunteers. I thought I was sharing my screen the whole time. Anyway, let's move on. College freshman, best freshman of all time debate, man. I was hoping my guy was gonna be here to debate with me, but I think my brother is busy. All right, best freshman class of all time. This freshman class is loaded. You look at Cole P, AJ Davonte, Derek Peterson, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson. I mean, to me, you know what I mean? It's definitely up there. 1996 freshman class, as you see from Coach Senior. Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, Chauncey Billups, Paul Pierce, Antoine Jameson, Stephen Marbury, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, and we all know who the sham god is, man. 08, OJ Mayo, Mike Beasley, Kevin Love, Jerry Bayless, not sure who that is, JJ Hickson, Cole Aldrich, Chandler Parsons, we know Chandler Parsons, Corey Fisher, Jeff T, James Harden, D Rose, Eric Gordon, Blake Griffin. Nah, man, I think this team, I mean, Cole Pete, we are with, man. This whole front, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to dive deeper on this, man. I ain't gonna lie, but this is a good class. This is a very good class. 98, 81, good Lord. Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin. So, I mean, it is debatable. It's debatable. I think you really gotta you gotta see how they pan out in the NBA. But I don't think anybody's gonna deny that this isn't gonna be, when it's all said and done, one of those freshman classes that people talk about for a long time. After, you know what I mean, after Jalen Rose finally shows some gray hair, and Chris Webber shows gray hair too. But you know what I mean, Cole P is going to be a monster. AJ Davonte, who I'm hoping the Hawks can get with the 3rd pick in the NBA draft. I've been on record. Darren Peterson to me is another Kawhi Leonard. Maybe not as elite on the defensive end, but the same type of characteristics, the same type of offensive game. Cameron Boozer, son of Carlos Boozer, is going to be electric. Caleb Wilson from Atlanta, 19 points per game. Big time. And that's just the bigger names, and that's not even counting Darius Acuff. That's not even counting Terry McKinney. You know what I mean? It's not even counting Cayenne Anthony. It's in so many others. So I think this class will be up there. I think all time we look at the top. Don't lower the top 5. Top 3 if you ask me. But we'll see how it pans out over time. But this class is definitely one of the best freshman classes of all time in basketball. All right. And to round it out, we'll talk the NBA. We'll talk NBA, man. Let's go the Hawks, man. So we traded. If you've been tapped in, you know the Hawks have traded Kuminga and Jonathan Kuminga. Traded for Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield for Kristaps Porzingis. I like that trade, honestly, as a Hawks fan. You get rid of a liability like Kristaps Porzingis. Are you going to go win the finals this year with Kristaps Porzingis? No. So I think we're so heavy on wings though, which it's a head scratcher. But when you look at the Hawks, they're an interesting team. You have so many wings. Like I said, you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jalen Johnson. You have a young man who got from Washington, the shooter. Still got Mo Gay. You still got Zachary Ricochet, you add Jonathan Kuminga, and now these other two still got CJ McCollum. Oh, it's screaming that we have a plan. That the brass, the upper management, they have a plan about to trade for something, to do something in the offseason. They got a lot of draft capital or a lot of trade capital. So my thing is, seeing all this is making me think that we possibly could go get a Cameron Boozer, which doesn't really make sense to me. We got a lot of bigs too. We're still missing a frontline center. But I think the next evolution of basketball is going to go towards more of just wings. High, real tall, skilled wings, I think is going to be the next level of basketball. So for the Hawks to trade away Kristaps Porzingis and load up on wing capital, I think that's what the Hawks are going to do, man. So that's going to do a Hawks. That's going to do a Hawks fan that just as the news podcast fan, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Jam-packed show. As you know, we'll be back Monday for the football show, and we're here every Thursday to chop up hoops and more. It's where you get exclusive interviews and inside and behind the scenes looks at what's going on in the upper echelon of basketball. So, one finger, two finger, sprinkle down the salt because it's just Sizzling News, and we will see y'all next time. Peace. Whoops.